Welcome, everyone. We're going to move this quickly so that we can make sure the governor can get on with a very busy day. So, good morning. My name is Dr. Andy Aguinobi. I'm the CEO of UConn Health. I'm also serving as the interim president of the University of Connecticut. My sincere thanks to Governor Lamont for joining us at UConn Health today. I don't know where he finds the energy, but he's always there to provide the support needed to drive progress in our state. I'm also joined here today by a wonderful physician researcher, Bruce Liang, who's the Dean of our School of Medicine, and there are many others here today. We do have some legislators. I want to make sure that I recognize, I think we have Representative Mike D'Amico, we have Representative Tammy Exum, and do we have any other legislators here? No? Okay, well, thank you so much for coming. We get all the credit. You get all the credit for being here. All right, good. Thank you again, Governor. We believe a core mission of the state's flagship public university is to create knowledge that will transform healthcare and other fields as well as lead to sustainable economic development for Connecticut. The people of Connecticut can be proud that their public university is classified as an R1 university, meaning it has very high research activity. And that for years we have contributed to the body of knowledge for our whole nation. For example, some don't know that here at UConn in the late 90s, UConn researchers created fiber core dental material to replace metal posts in crowns, bridges, and root canals, and this was named a top 100 invention of the 20th century. That trajectory has continued, and with your support, has recently accelerated. Today, we are growing research faster than we ever have. This past fiscal year, our faculty across STORS, UConn Health, and the regional campuses were successfully awarded $375 million in new awards from external sponsors such as federal agencies, state government, and industry. In total, 746 proposals submitted by UConn faculty were selected for one-time or multi-year funding. This is the highest level of research funding ever achieved at UConn. You will see that some of our amazing research today is occurring as we stand here, and we just saw the research that we received from the NSF in the amount of $40 million for the study of molecules using NMR technology. We are glad to report that the economic impact of UConn research on the state of Connecticut is more than $500 million. Thousands of jobs are supported, and millions of dollars in state and local tax revenue are tied to UConn research. But we can do more, and with the state's continued support, we're committed to doubling our research funding so that we can make even more of an impact on the state's economic development. Of course, beyond dollars and cents, research at UConn is also about its positive impact on people's lives. Whether it's science, medicine, law, education, business, or humanities, to name only a few, it is about driving understanding, discovery, and innovation to serve our society and to serve humanity. That is our truest value and our ultimate aim. So in addition to thanking the governor and the state, I want to thank, of course, the brilliant faculty and their staff, some of whom you will see here today, that bring the brain power and passion to make all of this possible. Their commitment and curiosity, along with state support, has paved the way for UConn to become a research powerhouse for our state and the nation. Now, please welcome our Associate Vice President for Research at UConn, Dr. Michelle Williams.
Thank you, President Aguinobi, and welcome, Governor. We are always delighted when you come and visit our campus. We are extremely excited about the growth in research here at UConn, especially the growth that we've seen in the last 2 years. And that growth would not have been possible if it were not for the shared vision of our leadership, the strategic investments that have been made at the university, as well as our expanded partnerships. That vision really begins at the top. President Aguinobi has made research a priority, a university-wide priority. And that priority is shared by our provost, Carl Shui, our Vice President for Research, Innovation, and Entrepreneurship, Renika Merrick, who unfortunately really should have been here today and couldn't make it, as well as our 13 deans of our schools and colleges. It's important to have that shared vision because that is where we make our critical investments, and that has been key to the university. That investment has not only been in outstanding faculty, as President Aguinobi has just stated, it has also been in the extraordinary students that we've been able to attract and the outstanding research staff and professionals that work to transform and move our research engine. Those are very critical investments. In addition, we have made extraordinary investments in research infrastructure. The university boasts some of the most state-of-the-art research instrumentation in the world, and not just in the nation, but in the world. We have also made extraordinary investments in centers and institutes that are nationally and globally recognized for its research excellence. In addition, we have fostered extraordinary partnerships. Our most important and significant partnership remains the state of Connecticut, but we're expanding those partnerships to include our industry partners in the state, as well as our federal partners. In fact, one of the key drivers to this research growth in the last 2 years has been the number of large, multi-million-dollar, multi-institution awards granted to the university. In the past, UConn may have been a secondary partner, but today, UConn is the lead institution. And that speaks to the caliber and quality of research being conducted here at the university. So it is hard to think about where we might be in the next year or two, but if we continue to have that shared vision in terms of in terms of our leadership, if we continue to make these kinds of strategic investments, if we continue to expand those partnerships, there's absolutely no reason why we won't be here again next year or the year after. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Williams. Now, please welcome one of the outstanding researchers I referenced earlier, Dr. George Kuchel. He is the Traveler's Chair in Geriatrics and Gerontology, a professor of medicine, director of the Yukon Center on Aging, and director of Claude D. Pepper Older Americans Independence Center at UConn, and a nationally known researcher.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you all for being here today. My name is George Kuchel. I'm director of the Yukon Center on Aging. The mission of the Yukon Center on Aging is to improve the lives of older adults through clinical care, education, and research. Today, I stand here on behalf of a team of outstanding colleagues from across many different disciplines, including Rick Fortinsky, standing over there, who serves with me as co-leader of the Yukon Pepper Center, which is located at the Yukon Center on Aging right here on this campus. So aging is a team sport, and we are all excited by the many new opportunities made possible by this grant. At the same time, we're humbled by the real challenges faced by our society and state that have made our efforts necessary in the first place. Whether we like it or not, aging affects us all, even if you do not consider yourself to be an older adult as of today. There's a good chance that you have already helped an older parent, grandparent, or neighbor deal with issues in aging. In fact, from the perspective of our own state, the challenges are quite substantial. For example, the state's investments in long-term care represent one of the largest items in the state budget, and it is projected to continue to grow. Being designated as one of only 15 NIA Pepper Centers of Excellence in the country in aging research is a great honor. It is also a remarkable opportunity which will allow us to greatly augment the scope, the breadth, and the impact of our efforts on the lives of older adults across Connecticut and beyond. Our Pepper Center leadership team is excited by the new opportunities to enhance function, independence, and quality of life for older adults across the state and elsewhere, because our research spans across the laboratory bench, the clinic, and the community. We're especially well positioned to address the heterogeneity of aging, by which we mean the uniqueness of each older individual through what we have termed precision gerontology. Each of us experiences aging in a unique and different manner. At the same time, biological aging represents the single largest risk factor shared by all chronic diseases. Therefore, geroscience-guided therapies that target these biological drivers of aging possess the potential to delay the onset of and progression of multiple chronic diseases, thus adding life to years as opposed to just adding years to life. Finally, we're extremely fortunate to be working with wonderful and outstanding scientific partners at the Jackson Laboratory for Genomic Medicine on our campus, as well as in Bar Harbor, Maine, as well as colleagues across UConn, including our key partners in the UConn Health Disparities Institute in Hartford. Thank you very much for coming today.
Thank you, Dr. Kushel. Now, please welcome Dr. Leslie Lowe, a UConn Board of Trustees Distinguished Professor, the Boehringer Ingelheim Chair in Cell Sciences, and Professor in the Department of Cell Biology.
Thank you, Dr. Arpinelli. I'm very pleased to represent the research scientists here at UConn Health and help celebrate this milestone. It's so appropriate to be here at this momentous event with Governor Lamont because the close partnership between the UConn Research Enterprise and the state was and continues to be the basis for our success. I'll give you a couple of personal examples. Some years ago, 3 colleagues and I started a research center called the Center for Cell Analysis and Modeling to serve as a focus for microscope imaging and computational technology research. The seed money for this at the time was a $300,000 technology development grant from the state of Connecticut. Since then, the center has brought in at least $70 million in federal grants to the state and has created software called Virtual Cell that has been downloaded by 25,000 scientists around the world. What I'd like to emphasize is that although the science research is the primary purpose, these federal dollars are actually spent to pay the salaries of the people doing the scientists. Good Connecticut jobs. I also want to highlight a separate state partnership, the Yukon Technology Incubator Program. This made it possible for me to found a small company to sell voltage-sensitive dyes. This technology has been developed in my academic lab over many years and is patented by UConn. The fluorescent dyes allow scientists to image dynamic patterns of electrical activity in the heart and the brain, with resolution down to a single cell. We anticipate these dyes will ultimately be used both for clinical diagnostic imaging and for drug screening to completely replace wire electrodes. The Technology Incubator Program is a direct example of how UConn fosters economic development through technology transfer in collaboration with the state. I'd like to particularly acknowledge Dean Liang for his tireless support and promotion of technology transfer within the School of Medicine. Congratulations, Dr. Agwanobi, Dr. Marek, Dr. Williams, Dr. Kushel, Dr. Liang, Governor Lamont, and all my dedicated colleagues for achieving this milestone.
Thank you, Dr. Lowe. And now I would like to introduce the person, the man who needs no introduction, Governor Lamont. Thank you.
Well, thanks, Andy and Michelle and everybody. Look, I'm a history and sociology major, so let me tell you what I hear. What I hear is we've doubled the amount of federal grants that we've earned this year compared to just a couple of years ago. What I hear is that people around the country are recognizing the incredible work going on at UConn Health and University of Connecticut and rewarding that with incredible research dollars. I can tell you, in the old days, people weren't quite sure what university research was, how many angels can dance on the head of a pin. And what you remind me every day, Andy, is the incredible life-saving work you're all doing here at UConn Health, the NMR imaging technology you just showed me downstairs. We are world leaders here. We make that available to small businesses so the next generation of drugs, we're saving lives right here with these federal grants. And what that says about UConn and the quality of people working here at UConn Health. And I know that these grants go beyond healthcare and life sciences and what we've seen. I know what it means in terms of advanced manufacturing, what that means in terms of composite materials, what you're doing in reward in terms of computer science and engineering. And as a governor, I particularly love the fact that it's happening here in Connecticut. We're starting up amazing new innovative businesses here in Connecticut, great jobs here in Connecticut, and that's how we stay ahead of our competition. That's how we save lives. That's how we fly planes faster, and all the other amazing innovations that this federal grant is doing. Andy, I think it just says a lot about your stewardship at University of Connecticut. I think people recognize the incredible strides and great momentum we have at this university. Blessed is one of the top 25 public universities in the country. Our applications are going up. Students want to come. Students come, educate, and if they come from Connecticut, they're much more likely to stay right here in Connecticut. Keeps our economy going with bright, young, educated people and all the transitions we've got to make so we take our old economy and bring it to a new economy. And that's how we get our momentum back as a state. And I'll just say, as a liberal arts guy, let me just say one thing about liberal arts while I'm here. I was just at University of Connecticut with Chris Dodd and President Biden, and for 2 hours, the University of Connecticut was the center of the universe. And those liberal arts people out there, it was just a reminder that a lot of our best breakthroughs are often grounded in sometimes the liberal arts, the continuing ability to think and question and ask. What that said about human rights and the fact that University of Connecticut is a leader there going forward, it was quite dramatic. First time I was at University of Connecticut, I just finished one of those interminable political debates, and I was walking out and I saw a couple of Black Hawk helicopters flying by. I've said this before, I don't know, I thought it might be Barack Obama or Mick Jagger, I don't know. I saw the students running, I was running too, and it was Sikorsky flying their choppers in, going to your amazing School of Engineering, and it was a recruitment drive. And there I was thinking back as I saw the 5 helicopters and the president flying in just 10 days ago. And what that said about Connecticut, what it said about our innovation. We are the most innovative state in the world, going back a few generations, and we're getting that mojo back. And I got to tell you, the life sciences and what you're all doing here at UConn Health, as rewarded by the incredible increase in research dollars we're getting from the feds, means that the rest of the world's beginning to recognize your good work, and that's why I'm here today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Governor. And I know the Governor has to leave soon, but if there are any questions for the Governor or anyone else, we're happy to take them. Well, no questions?
NMR technology? Thank you, Andy.
Thank you so much, Governor.
Thank you. Thank you.
Really good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good shout out for you guys. That's all I wanted.